So last day we discussed about types of chemical reaction, and in that one there are four types of chemical reactions: combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction and double displacement reaction. So last video I have discussed about combination reaction. Just go through that video. Today I am going to discuss about decomposition reaction. So types of chemical reaction: decomposition reaction. What is really decomposition reaction? Okay, a single reactant decomposes to give similar product. Similar product is known as decomposition reaction. A single reactant, for example, consider AB is a reactant. AB is a reactant. On giving some sorts of energy, you want to give some energy to decompose. Energy can be heat energy, light energy or electrical energy. If you are giving any sorts of energy, it will be converted into, it will be decomposed into AB, the reactant will be decomposed into A and B to give the product A plus B. Okay, so this is what decomposition reaction is said to be. So single reactant decomposes to give similar product is known as decomposition reaction. Okay, let's go to an example here. Let me take an example. For example, I am taking ferrous sulfate FeSO4 dot 7H2O. This is what ferrous sulfate said to be. Ferrous sulfate. Take a test tube. Add some ferrous sulfate into it. The color of ferrous sulfate is pale green color. Pale green color. On heating this ferrous sulfate, the water of crystallization is there. The water molecule present in the ferrous sulfate will be evaporating out. So it becomes, on heating it becomes simple ferrous sulfate, or it is otherwise called anhydrous ferrous sulfate. Anhydrous ferrous sulfate. Is it clear? So first I have taken ferrous sulfate 7.7H2O, and on giving heat it changes into anhydrous ferrous sulfate. Again you are heating this anhydrous ferrous sulfate. Now when it changes into anhydrous ferrous sulfate, the pale green color changes to colorless. The pale green color changes to what? Colorless substance. It doesn't have any shape. Now it doesn't have any shape. Again I am heating this ferrous sulfate, anhydrous ferrous sulfate. So it's a solid substance. If you are heating it, we will be getting ferric oxide plus sulfur dioxide plus sulfur trioxide. So what is ferrous? Ferric oxide means it's solid state. Sulfur dioxide gaseous, and sulfur trioxide is also gas. So in the experiment if you are adding some ferrous sulfate into the test tube, and if you are heating it, it will be changing into ferrous sulfate, anhydrous ferrous sulfate. Again you are heating it. What will happen? A substance will be formed here. It will be a white color substance, and that is what? Solid substance, ferric oxide, and the gases will be evolving out. What are the gases evolving out? SO2 and SO3. So here again important point, I have given some heat. In presence of heat, the single reactant decomposes to how many products? 1, 2, 3 products. 1, 2, 3 product. That is what I mentioned you. The presence of any energy, heat energy, here it is heat is given. Heat energy decomposes to what? 3 substances. 3 reactants, sorry, three products. So let's discuss about one more example. Let me take calcium carbonate, CaCO3. Again it is solid, calcium carbonate. Again, if you are heating this calcium carbonate, it will be changing into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Single reactant decomposes to give two products. Some source of energy is there. So what energy is given here? Heat energy. So let's discuss about one more example. Lead nitrate, PbNO3 twice. Lead nitrate on heating. Again decomposition reaction takes place. Means lead nitrate, if you are giving heat to lead nitrate, it will be changing into lead oxide plus NO2 gas plus O2 will be formed here. Oxygen gas will be formed here. So this is solid state. Again, this is also solid state. Lead nitrate doesn't have any color. It is colorless substance. Colorless. On heating lead nitrate, it changes to lead oxide. It becomes yellow color. Yellow. And at that time, the NO2 gas will be evolving out. NO2 gas. NO2 gas has a brown color. Brown color gas. Brown gas will be evolving out. And oxygen doesn't have any color. That means if you are taking a test tube, take a test tube, add some lead nitrate into it, heat it strongly, heating it absorbs heat energy. On heating, it absorbs heat energy. Lead nitrate will be absorbing the heat energy, and a yellow color substance will be formed here. So this is the yellow color substance formed here is lead oxide. Again, you can observe a brown color gas will be evolving out. Brown color gas, brown gas, which is NO2. Along with that, oxygen will be evolving out. This is also an example for decomposition reaction. So I have mentioned you first itself, decomposition reaction takes place in the presence of energy. Energy can be heat energy, light energy and electrical energy. So first thing now I have discussed is what? In presence of heat energy. Okay, one more example is here. Silver chloride, AgCl. It's a white color substance. In presence of sunlight, in presence of what? Sunlight. So in presence of sunlight, the color of the silver chloride changes into grey color. The color changes into grey. White color substance changes into grey in presence of what? Sunlight. Really, the silver chloride get decomposes to silver and chlorine. Silver and chlorine. This is the balance equation. So here, the reason for the grey color is silver. Same manner, if you are taking silver bromide, AgBr, again in presence of sunlight, it changes into silver and bromine. Silver and bromine, again it will be grey color. So silver chloride and silver bromide in presence of sunlight, both of them decomposes. Silver chloride will be decomposing into silver and chlorine. Silver bromide will be decomposing into silver and bromine. This is also a type of decomposition reaction. Again, here decomposition takes place in presence of what? Light energy. Light energy. So this type of reaction is also called photochemical reaction. Photochemical reaction, important point. Photochemical reaction. This type of reaction is called what? Photochemical reaction. Why? Because this reaction takes place in presence of light. This reaction takes place in presence of light. And these silver bromide and silver chloride both are used in black and white photography. It's used in black and white photography. This is the use of this silver bromide and silver chloride. It was used in what? Black and white photography. This is so. What are the things I have mentioned you before? Decomposition reaction takes place really because of some sorts of energy. First I have told you about heat energy. Now light energy. One more is there. It is electrical energy. So we are going to discuss about this electrical energy next. Okay, next we are going to discuss about electrolysis of water. Electrolysis of water. What do you mean by electrolysis? Electro means it is current. Lysis means breakdown. That means I am going to break down the water molecule with the presence of current. And that is what electrolysis means. Current breakdown. Breakdowning water molecule with presence of current is what? Electrolysis of water. For that, let me explain an activity here. For that, I am taking a mug, a plastic mug. Consider this is a plastic mug, and drill two hole on the bottom part of the mug. So two holes are there, similar holes like this. Again, fix two graphite rod in that gap like this. To fix it like this, you can use gum. Okay, again add some water inside this mug like this. So what is this? Graphite rod, or you can take carbon. Add some water into it. We are going to split the water molecule. For that, we want to pass current through it. So I am going to connect it with a battery. Just consider this is a battery. Okay. And battery consists of positive end and a negative end. The positive end of the battery which connects to the graphite or this electrode is called anode. And the negative end which connected to the electrode or graphite rod are called cathode. So this is anode, this is cathode. Both of them are, these two electrodes are graphite rod. Now, as you know, water is not that much good conductor. Pure water is not that much good conductor. So let me add some acid to it to make it more conductive. So I am adding some acid, sulfuric acid or any other acid. Sulfuric acid, 2 or 3 drops of sulfuric acid I am going to add. For what purpose? Which is more conductive than pure water. So after that, I am taking 2 test tubes, keeping the test tube inverted like this, 2 test tubes. And very important point, the test tubes should be completely immersed in the water. Now 2 test tubes are completely immersed in the water. Is it clear? So what I have taken, I have told you, graphite rod, a battery, two electrodes are there, and one is anode, one is cathode. How come I name it anode and cathode? Why its charge? By the charge. Anode are positively charged electrode and cathode are negatively charged electrode. And add some sulfuric acid into it, and I am trying to give some current to the reaction. Now the reaction takes place. What really happens here? Now water molecule is there, liquid water molecule is here, liquid state. It will be changing to hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen. It will be changing to hydrogen or splitting into hydrogen and oxygen. So let me explain it. Hydrogen has a charge. It's a positively charged particle, hydrogen. Oxygen is negatively charged particle. So when you start giving or passing electricity through this electrode, graphite rod, the negatively charged oxygen inside the water will be moving towards, negatively charged oxygen will be moving towards the anode. So here you can see some gas will be coming inside the test tube. Inside the test tube. And what gas is involved there? Oxygen. Oxygen. Why? Because oxygen has a negative charge. And hydrogen will be collecting on the other test tube near to the cathode, inside the test tube cathode. This is hydrogen. This is hydrogen. Why? Because cathode is negative charge electrode, to the cathode positive charge electrode, whom will be moving, hydrogen will be moving towards there. Is it clear? So this is what happen when you are passing electricity through water. Now let's come to the point. Water get decomposes to hydrogen and oxygen in presence of what? Electricity. Electricity. So this is also a type of decomposition. Here decomposition reaction takes place in presence of electricity. Okay, so we have seen that a decomposition reaction, for decomposition reaction we need energy. The energy can be heat energy, light energy, or electrical energy. Electricity or electrical energy. It needs some source of energy. So if a reaction that takes place in presence of any source of energy, if a reaction takes place in presence of energy, or energy is absorbed, energy is absorbed in a chemical reaction, the energy is absorbed, that type of reaction is called endothermic reaction. So what are the sources of energy that can be absorbed? It can be heat energy or light energy or electric energy. Energy is absorbed in a reaction. It is said to be what type of reaction? It is an endothermic reaction. So normally decomposition reaction takes place by absorbing some energy. So decomposition reaction can be also known as endothermic reaction, a type of endothermic reaction. Why? Because they absorb heat, light or electricity to convert the reactant into the product. So that's what about the decomposition reaction. So we have discussed about combination reaction. The second one, decomposition reaction. So next we are going to discuss about displacement reaction.